What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dad Life. All right, guys, in this episode we want to work on the interior, so I'm going to show you guys how to add a little bit of color to the inside of your C5 Corvette. Don't worry, we're not going to go crazy, I promise this. We're actually going to do the two door handle surround trim rings, if you will, and not sure exactly what color it was. I'm mixed up between painting it pewter metallic, which is the stock color, of course, torch red to match the brake calipers as well as the valve covers, add a little bit of red on the interior, or just maybe do like just like a nice gloss silver. So I'm going to show you guys how to take them off, prep, paint, clear coat, and install them back on. So enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so let's hop in this car. So what we're going to see, guys, is the interior of the C5 Corvette is definitely, it's dated, you know what I mean? Car was made, first came out in 1997. I'm sorry, 1998. No, I was right, 1997. So you figure realistically, it was probably, I would say build probably started in ideas and design ideas mid-90s, 94, 95. They probably started tweaking the C4 and how they were going to update it. So of course I added, and you saw in the other videos, I added the carbon fiber pieces right here to add some flair. It adds a C6 shift knob, which again, this is nothing. So I definitely want to add better shift knob, shift boot, e-brake handle. But as you see, other than a little bits of carbon that I added, it's still just everything's black. Right, bud? Don't stand on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the trim rings here and here. So I figure if we have those, doors are going to be closed. It's going to add a little bit of color. So I didn't even think of this. You do have red on the door already from the reflector. So I could go red on that trim ring. But honestly, I think pewter metallic or even a gloss silver might just look cleaner than just throwing red right there. I think that's what we're going to do. So let me show you how to take it off. All right, guys. So first we're going to take our little interior door panel removal tool, and we're going to just gently pry up on it. Probably going to get it from this side. You're going to see it's going to come right out. Just take your time.
I don't see any.
Let's zoom out a little so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. It's off.
Yeah.
There's one. There we go. And let's go do the other side. Gently pop it. And off. All right, guys, so we got our door trim ring. I got some, what's this? 320 grit sandpaper. And what I'm going to do is, I already started it, but I'm basically going to, if you can see that, let it zoom in a little bit. I'm going to take off the texture to feel. Because again, since I'm painting it, I want it as smooth as possible. And you don't want to just grab paint and start painting or anything. So we're just going to lightly sand it. And let's go from there. Right, bud? All right, guys, so this one I have sanded, knocked down with 400 grit. It's definitely way smoother, whereas this one you feel, I mean, this one you feel is smooth, but you still feel all the texturing. So again, this is knocked down 400 grit. So we're gonna go over this one with 400 grit. We'll wipe it down. We'll spray some primer on them, couple coats, then we'll wet sand the primer. Then we'll put a adhesion promoter on, and then we'll use the paint and then the clear coat. So we got some steps involved, so let's keep getting at it. All right, guys, so I have it set up. They're all sanded down with 400 grit. I just grabbed the microfiber towel and 70% rubbing alcohol isopropyl. So it's basically rubbing alcohol mixed with water. 70% worked pretty good for projects I've been doing. It doesn't evaporate right away. I'm gonna use some filler primer here. Good for fiberglass, metal, you name it, and it should fill in any of the cracks. So we're gonna do a couple light coats. Filler primer, And you see I have a big cardboard box down so I don't get it all on my grass. It's not too windy right now. I'm out in sunlight, so I'm just gonna take my time. We're gonna put some coats of primer on, and then we'll go from there. Guys, so I've got 2 coats of filler primer on it, so I'm just using what I have, using all my other projects for the car. Rust-Oleum primer, filler primer, so high build, fills imperfections. Went a little heavy right here. You can see a little run right there, but all in all, looking good, looking smooth. Probably gonna do one more coat of that with good coverage, keep it smooth, let it cure, and then I'll lightly wet sand it again with 400. So I'm going to just keep with the 400 grit, and then after I wet sand it again, it'll be adhesion promoter, color coat, top clear coat. All right guys, so both pieces have been primered, about 3 coats of the filler primer, looking even, looking good. I wanted to make a quick correction. I'm not going to change the video, but 320 grit. I'm using 320 grit. I keep saying 400, it's 320. So I'm using 320. We're gonna grab some water here. We're gonna lightly wet sand it just to smooth it out before we do any type of paint work. So. All right guys, the joy of time lapse, aka like 5 months later. We're back on this project now that it's spring. Nice 70-degree day, so wiped it down with some rubbing alcohol. Made like a little box just to prevent overspray on the grass. We're gonna hit it with 2 to 3 light coats of adhesion promoter on top of the primer. Go from there. It's like a turbo can, geez.
And Hector is gonna be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that, he just came into Harry's and he ordered 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec system exhaust.
All right. And for the paint color, I'm going to use some Duplicolor Perfect Match Universal Silver Metallic. Figure that'll go good on the interior. Gloss black would look good too, but we got to break up some of that black on the interior, so let's give it a go. A couple light coats of the adhesion promoter. You have basically 10 minutes to spray your color coat. So let's get going. All right, coat 1, let that dry. All right, second coat. There we go. right, second coat done. All right, guys, so we are going to try this Raptor 1K Pro Enamel Diamond Clear. It says to shake for 2 minutes. You can see that, and I did, off camera, of course. 1 and 2 coats, so let's give it a go. Stand back, bud.
Okay.
Oh, big fan. Okay, let's do this. Stand back, buddy. Stinky. All right, guys, install them back on the doors. Let's see how they look. All right, let's get a visual inside the car. So we're driving down the road, and you add some color. Nice. Goes with the silver of the shift knob. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet and you're a new subscriber, welcome. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel for more Corvette content. It's a very backyard mechanic, do-it-yourself type channel. And be sure to follow the socials. Instagram, 2 channels for all Corvette content. It's Boosted Fury. And of course, for my work, if you want to see Kias and used cars and new cars and deliveries as I'm in automotive sales space, it is Dante, D-A-N-T-E, does cars. And as always, guys, this is Dad Life.